Welcome to Homestead Reptile. Everyone is super excited about the 2024 pairing season, and a lot of breeders are getting their photos out, trying to pick out which gecko goes there, asking advice from other breeders. I wanted to ask, what are the worst pairings you can possibly do? So this is Mud right here, and I'm showing him off mostly fired up, so he has a little bit of red blush. You can see a little red under his belly, and his tail has a little red hue. So it comes from a yellow and red pairing. So I said yellows and reds are one of the worst morphs to pair together because they rarely, if ever, make anything good. They just make something that is just a muddy color. It can be fixed. It can be fixed easily, but why breed for something to have this muddy color if you don't have to? So I asked a lot of breeders, what are some of the worst combos? And first, I want to point out what is a bad pairing. So first off, if you don't plan out your pairings, why you want this gecko to go to this, what are their genetics, what are their parents, what are they going to throw, if you don't have like good info, or you didn't think it out and you just pair two random geckos together, you're not going to end up with a good result. Same thing is like if you get two random pet store geckos and pair them together and think you're going to get something great, 99% of the time you're going to just end up with something with really bad color, really bad pattern, and terrible head structure. And it's something not too many people will want to purchase that baby. That's the sad truth of it. It's just, you need to be prepared and to think about it. You want to put a little bit of money into your breeding geckos. So you don't have to go for adults. You can go for babies. And one thing I want to point out, if you're the type of breeder who basically goes through your geckos too quickly, it's like these animals take 2 years to reach sexual maturity. They take quite a bit of time. You need to be patient and just sit on your geckos for a while and wait for them to get up to breeding size, or you're never going to catch up. If every 2 years you get them to breeding size, you breed them 1 year, you're not satisfied, and you keep getting rid of them, you will never produce anything super interesting or unique to your own lines because you keep getting rid of your founding geckos. So I want to talk to you guys again about why certain morphs are not the best combos, like yellows and reds. Most people agree yellows and reds are just bad pairings. They just make something that looks like mud. Sometimes they don't, but 90% of the time they do. They make something not the best coloration. Now, it can be easily separated. So if I took mud and I paired him to a red, he's mostly going to produce red babies. If I take mud and I pair him to a really hypo yellow, I think I will get some nice yellow babies out of him. And this is something I'm going to be experimenting with mud. But another great, a great example of a bad pairing is pairing any lily white to anything. So if I take that lily white and I just pair them to all my random geckos, again, it's a random pairing. I'm not thinking it out. I'm just thinking lily white. So I'll get like a handful of maybe decent lily whites, and even the ugliest lily white is still worth something. But what happens to all the other non-lily whites? So you want your non-lily white babies to look just as good and to be just as nice as the lily white baby. So you need to think it through and not just pair just to pair. Don't take pet store geckos and pair them together. A lot of people don't like lily white and super Dal pairings, and that's for a reason. So a lot of people don't like lily white and Dalmatian because Dalmatian spots and pattern, a lot of people don't like it, but some people really like it. But why a lily white and a super Dal don't make the best pairs is because lily white itself kind of suppresses Dalmatian spots a lot. So you can take the best super Dalmatian that has a really good track record of producing amazing Dalmatians or amazing super Dalmatians. You pair them to a lily white, really high expression lily white, let's say that one, and you get a gecko when it hatches out, and say this gecko that hatched out is now 20 grams, and he has 5 spots. 5 spots. Maybe he has 10 or 20 spots, but he's never going to be a super Dalmatian. I've never seen a super Dalmatian lily white, and I've never seen even a decent Dalmatian lily white. They just have a handful of spots. Lily white really suppresses Dalmatian. And another bad pairing, Lily x Lily. Someone mentioned this one too. But I would put this in the unethical category. It's like you shouldn't want to do that anyways. It's wrong because the babies are going to die. I don't know why you'd want to do that. But someone pointed out there are people that do it. So tell me what you think are some really bad combinations. Like and subscribe.